It's access denied here, and I'd like to show off the new deck editor. So you'll notice that we're directly on the main site right now. We are at YGOpro.us, and if you type in your username, password, which is set up on the forum, go ahead and log in. Per usual, you're going to get the news screen first up, kind of let you know what's going on. Then you shoot over to the deck editor, which pops up along with the game list and host options. So I already have a couple of decks stored in here, and they're going to come up automatically. But when you first try this out, you're not going to have any decks. So I'm just going to delete everything. And it's going to prevent me from deleting my last deck as a safety measure. And refresh it. Log back in. Go over to deck editor. And there go. And it loads up my previous deck. Alright, so we have a way of uploading IDK files to just get started. Choose a file. This one looks good. Okay, and you see it loads up just fine. The sorting is going to be a little off, and so is the way it lays out the cards, which I'm still working on. There's some mathematics with that I haven't had time to look into. So one of the main features that this editor is going to have that your other editors are not is you're going to be able to copy paste this. You can select it and copy. So and you can see that works. So when you hover over the cards, of course, similar to all the other deck editors, you're going to have your cards listed over here. And you can actually copy this information also, which is useful. Standardized search from YGO Pro. There is an exception. You can't enter the greater than, less than signs into the scales in attack and defense. We're going to build that in later. The search is a little bit more responsive than YGO Pro. It kicks in immediately and it pulls from the server. You can change the active ban list, so we're going to show only forbidden cards here. And see what's banned. So something. It goes back to the current format. So those will be, as this gets updated, as we release ban lists, you'll be able to switch between and be able to search on certain cards. So the database also changes. So it lets in anime cards or GOAT format only. We're going to search for monsters, effect monsters, fusion monsters. It only has the ones that were legal during that set format. And this search is only going to show you cards that were legal. So all, switch this back to all, and we can see all the cards that were listed. And just pages. I haven't added in a better way of doing this at the moment, but it's pretty self-explanatory. It lets you build a deck. It's enough to build a deck, which is the main point. So also you notice this activates immediately. And if you need to reload your deck, it's the same as it is in YGO Pro. You just switch back and forth. And you can switch the databases pretty fast, which is the main takeaway here. So it does lack a few features that the DN and YGO Pro have for building a deck, but it makes up for them with being a little bit more user-friendly, I hope. I need to get some feedback on the buttons that you click to add it to and from. I can actually make this so it's just right-click, left-click, the same as it was in YGO Pro, but I need a little bit more feedback before implementing that. I know some people don't like that, some people do. It just depends. I'd like to get more feedback on it. I haven't implemented drag and drop. That's going to actually take a considerable amount of time. I just wanted to get the base functionality up there. And I think this will be good enough for most people. So let's do a switch here. Yeah. Actually have a real new button. Notice it clears out. I'm just going to build a really crappy deck real quick. Notice it doesn't let me add more than 3. And it includes the main deck, but I can do this. I need to add in the forbidden list because right now that doesn't really work. It kind of lets you use your own judgment for that, because some people don't want to switch a list in order to do that, like the made up formats. It kind of hinders them, but then again, I guess technically you could switch. Where did that come from? Okay, that's everything. Save that. Okay, so game list. Nobody's on right now. So host. Automatically goes into manual mode. So I have all my decks here. I'm going to use Gravekeepers. Reconnect to myself. I didn't build an extra deck, so I don't have one. So draw 5. Yep, and there are my cards. So I'd really like to get some more feedback on our manual system. So if anybody wants to give us feedback, that would be great. Also, I need to work on that. Alright. Well, I'm going to go get back to programming. You guys have a nice day and send me some feedback. This has been Access Denied, Connection Terminated.